So today we're going to put it all together and we're going to create a little game that uses loops, ifs, uses increments and variables. So the game goes like this. The computer rolls a die and I roll the die as well. This randomly happens, and the one that rolls the biggest number wins. The total starts at 0. When I win, the total goes up by 1. When the computer wins, the total goes down by 1. So basically here you see the computer has rolled 4, I rolled a 2, the computer wins, and because I've been playing this, the score is at -3. So I'm getting totally smacked. So do I want to play again? Yes, I do want to play a game. Oh, the computer rolled 4, I rolled 3, the computer wins, the total score is even less. Let's play again. I need to win this. Okay, it's a tie. You see that it said that it was a tie. The total score still stays the same. I want to play again. Okay, now I'm winning. Now the score is diminishing. -3. Excellent. -2 because I got a 6 and the computer had a 4. Do you want to play again? Yes, I do want to play again. Again, whoa, score is -1. I'm doing well, right? Do you want to play again? No, I don't want to play again. And the program ends. So let's code this program from scratch, okay? We're going to have a class called DieGame with, the public class DieGame. That's the name of our program. That's the name of our class. And I'm going to have a method, the main method, public static void main with string open close square brackets args. That's standard. This is the standard skeleton for any Java program. So the first thing that we're going to do is there's a loop that's going to ask me to enter yes or no. So I'm going to start with a do, then something's going to be in here, whatever the game is going to happen in here. And while a response equals to yes, okay, so as long as I respond yes, I'm going to keep playing this thing. If I respond anything else, anything other than y, then I'm going to go out. Now, response has an equal, so response must be a string. So we're going to get to what these are in a second. We're going to get to doing these variables in a second. First, I know that I will need a scanner to be able to enter yes or no. I'm going to need a random. This is a way to generate random numbers in Java. Okay, so I'm going to need this. So therefore, I will include these two import statements. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to declare my variables. Excuse me. So scanner, I will call it K for keyboard. It's going to be a new scanner system in. And then to generate random numbers, I need an object called random. Okay, the random object feeds me random numbers when I ask it to. Okay, just like the scanner will give me the next line that the user entered when I ask, next line, well, the random can give me the next random integer that it's thinking of. Okay, so I need a random object. They're very similar in the way they work. You first need to create the object and then you just call methods on it. Other variables that I'm going to need are the total score, which will start at 0, a string called response, so then I can use it down here, right? In response, I'm going to save the response from the user, either yes or no. And then I need 2 ints for score for the die, right? So the computer die and the user die. Okay, so then they can be rolled. Now I'm going to roll them. So the computer will be R, which is our random object. Next int 6, that gives me an integer between 0 and 5. And I'll just add 1, so it goes from 1 to 6. And that's the computer roll. Then for the user, I'm going to do the same. This is random, give me another integer between 0 and 5, and add 1 to it. This next int gives me the next random number. So the fact that it gives me a next random number that can be 5, well, the next random number after that is going to be something different. So it's effectively doing 2 rolls, one for the computer, one for the user. And then I'm going to print computer, the computer colon has whatever score, and you, the user, has whatever score. After that, I need to compare the computer score and the user score. So I'm going to type this. If the computer, which is the random number for the computer, is greater than the user's random number, basically computer die is greater than the user die, then I will say system.println computer wins. And then I'm going to decrease the total score, because the total score increases when I win and it decreases when the computer wins. Now, because these two things happen inside the if statement, I need to add curly braces around that. Now, what happens if the computer's roll is less than the user's roll? Well, I'll put else if the computer score is less than the user's roll. Then I'm going to print you win, right? The user wins, and then I'm going to increase the total score by 1. Remember the minus minus here and the plus plus, increase the variable or decrease the variable by 1 after evaluating it. And what happens if there's a tie? Well, I'm just going to print tie. Now notice that here's an else, there's no if, and there's no curly braces because there's only one statement following the else. So the if and the else statements will execute the next statement down and only the next statement down unless you surround a bunch of statements a block with curly braces. So now we have the inside of our game. Computer rolls, user rolls, I print what both rolled, and then I check who's winning and update the scores. Now what I need to ask the user is whether they want to play again. And I'm going to print the total score so far. So I will say system.println total score, whatever the total score is, and then I'm going to prompt the user. Do you want to play again? Yes, no. I'll print that message, and then response will be my scanner.nextLine, right? So my scanner was called k.nextLine. If that response equals yes, I will continue to do this DoWhile loop. If this response is anything other than yes, I will exit the while loop. So let's compile this and run it. Oh, so computer 6, I rolled 6, that's a tie, total score 0. Do you want to play again? Yes. Now computer rolled 2, I rolled 5, I win, total score 1. Do you want to play again? Yes. So then you can entertain yourself. Now my score is 2 because I rolled a 5 and the computer rolled a 3. Do you want to play again? Remember, as long as I don't say Y, capital Y, I can exit this loop. So I can say no thanks, and that will exit the loop and finish the program. This is how you do, this is putting it all together in a do-while loop with ifs and everything for games. We're going to check out 2 other games later to illustrate the for loop and the while loop.